Hey everybody, I'm Joel. I'm a photographer and a filmmaker, and I've been actually doing stock photography for about 1.5 years now, and just kind of documenting what I'm learning and trying to share that with the likes of you. So hopefully this can be of inspiration or even some educational use for you. So today we're going to talk about Wirestock. I've been trying to write this video for a while actually, and it just keeps growing into this huge, detailed, never-ending thing, which is kind of what I usually make things into. So instead I decided that I would just break this up into a couple different videos, just explaining how what it is and how Wirestock works. So in this video we're going to do a quick overview, and then the other videos I'm going to go into kind of a deeper dive into the details that make Wirestock unique. We'll kind of talk about pros and cons, good, bad, ugly, and then also talk about what my experience has been and whether it lives up to my expectations. Okay, so what is Wirestock and how does it work? Well, Wirestock.io is actually an online agency where contributors can upload assets like images, videos, vectors, all of those to the Wirestock platform itself for distribution across multiple stock agencies. Sounds pretty good so far. But now, who's Wirestock for? So basically anybody who creates assets like photos, videos, illustrations, anybody can join Wirestock. If you're already a photographer, an illustrator, videographer, then Wirestock could actually be a pretty good fit for you, or even if you're just a hobbyist and just trying to just getting started, like a student or just new to photography. I think it's a pretty good way to get started, and especially if you're trying to learn a little bit more about stock photography or just to maybe earn a few bucks on the side. Which brings us to, why would you want to use Wirestock? Well, obviously we talked about money. So, and so does Wirestock. They basically claim that using their platform will save you time and make you more money. They actually claim the process will make it 100 times faster. We'll see about that. And also save you time by handling keywording and descriptions, so you don't have to do all of that stuff. Additionally, it'll save you even more time by submitting all of your files to multiple agencies all at once on your behalf. So there's already a few apps out there that actually will upload all of your images to multiple sites for you, and even help with keywording. Some of those are like Microstock Plus, XPix, it's your Dropstock.io, Stock Submitter, Photoloo, and even Blackbox, which you may have heard about, which they just do video only though. But if you're new to stock photography, that can save you the hassle of trying to set up to multiple different agencies, especially when you're first starting out. Or if you're already submit to multiple agencies, it could just save you time just with the keywording and the submission process as well. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the key features. So probably the biggest feature is Wirestock's easy submission tool. Essentially, it's a unique tool that saves you time by filling out descriptions, keywording, and all of the titling and stuff for you. It basically uses a combination of an AI as well as actual people, to do all the time-consuming tasks for you. You just provide some of the really basic information, or even a few of the keywords when you get ready to submit your image, and Wirestock does the rest for you. The easy submission tool actually works with commercial assets as well as editorial assets. And one thing to remember is with an editorial asset, you're gonna have to fill out certain information, just because of the nature of that kind of stock. And that's gonna be things like country, city, date, or even just some information describing the content of the image or the video. Because clearly an AI or even a reviewer isn't going to know all of those details, so you need to give them a hand with that. So you can also submit to multiple agencies at one time. So a cool thing that Wirestock does is it allows you to upload your images or your assets at one time, fill out whatever information you need to, and then you can select all of the different stock agencies that you want to submit that image to. And then once you submit it, it actually uploads it to all of those agencies all at the same time, as well as the Wirestock platform itself. Wirestock is currently partnered with Shutterstock, Adobe, Alamy, Dreamstime, Pond5, Deposit Photo, and also 123RF. Although 123RF is a little bit more limited. I think it's just the extra channels, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So this can save you a lot of time instead of having to submit to each individual agency separately. If you're not already approved as a contributor to any of the agencies that Wirestock has partnered with, then this can also be a good way for you to get your images on those additional agencies without having to worry about going through the whole approval process either. If your assets are approved, well then you can potentially earn some money from it on those additional sites. So a cool thing is that Wirestock doesn't cost anything to use, so it's free to join and easy to sign up. And also, once you do sign up, there's no overall limit as to how many images, videos, or vectors that you can actually upload to Wirestock for submission. So once you successfully have had a few assets approved, and I think it's maybe 25 or 30 assets, your weekly submission rate will increase, and I think it goes to 100. Afterwards, it'll keep increasing based on how many, basically how many approved images versus rejected images you have, or your approval rate. So how does Wirestock make any money then? Well, Wirestock takes a 15% commission from all of the royalties that you earn from assets submitted through its 3 different channels. So with the case of Wirestock's direct sales, which are sales made on its own platform, Wirestock will take a commission of 30%. So as an example, let's say Wirestock takes 15% of the royalty your assets earn from an agency like Adobe Stock or even Dreamstime. So if your image sells for $3 on Adobe Stock, you would earn a 99-cent royalty based on Adobe Stock's 33% commission level. So that's that 99 cents would then go to Wirestock. So Wirestock would then take 15% of that 99 cents, leaving you 84 cents. So this actually can lead you to higher sales than you could achieve just through your own personal account on some other stock agencies. It's basically due to the tiered systems that a lot of agencies like Shutterstock use, essentially reducing your commission rate until you achieve a certain number of downloads. So you can actually benefit from Wirestock's leverage that it gains due to the higher volume of downloads that it gets when it submits all of the images onto different platforms. So for instance, Wirestock has an account with each of those different agencies, and that's where all of your images will get funneled to on, say, Dreamstime or Pond 5. So because of that, you can kind of subvert the tiered system a little bit, especially if you're a smaller stock contributor. And essentially, you can end up earning higher returns than you can actually achieve on your own personal sites. So unless you're already getting massive amounts of downloads from your personal account, like as if you're a really well-established stock photographer, then you're likely to earn a larger royalty with Wirestock. So now let's talk about Wirestock's 3 main channels that enable you to get your images, vectors, or videos out into the world and earn you money. So the 3 channels that they have are stock agencies, the Wirestock Program, and their exclusive agencies. There's also one more, which we mentioned previously with direct sales, but it's not technically one of their channels, mostly because it's a new thing that they're doing. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So first up, let's talk about stock agencies. Wirestock currently works with Shutterstock, Adobe, Alamy, Dreamstime, Pond 5, Deposit Photos, and 123RF. In the past, they've actually partnered with sites like iStockGetty, and according to their website, they're always looking for new agencies that could be a good fit. Additionally, Wirestock has recently started working on its own platform. So these allow for direct sales of your assets, both on its own website as well as other stock agencies. Let's talk about the Wirestock Program. The program actually consists of 2 sub-channels, or programs if you want to call them, that offer its contributors earning opportunities. The first one is Instant Pay, which is their Instant Pay program, or IPP, and their other one is what Wirestock calls Extra Channels. So I'll go into more detail about the Wirestock program in another video, because there's a lot to get into as far as where your images are actually going and being sold to and stuff. But for now, we'll just give you a brief overview. Basically, the Instant Pay program is where Wirestock partners with several other platforms that essentially license your content to these platforms for a one-time fee, kind of what like Adobe Stock did in the summer of 2021. Now, extra channels is a little bit different. Basically, that's where Wirestock partners with brands, stock agencies, and even like print-on-demand platforms to get your images licensed further with other people. All right, so finally, let's talk about the third channel, which is exclusive agencies. Now, it says agencies, but right now there's actually only one agency that Wirestock is exclusive with, and that's Adobe. Of course, if it's an exclusive program, you're agreeing to not submit those assets to any other agency that's either partnered with Wirestock or even not partnered with Wirestock. And that includes any personal accounts that you may have with any other agency or platform. You have to weigh that on your own, whether it's worth doing exclusive or it's not worth doing exclusive. So when you actually get ready to submit, you'll notice that there's an option for it. So if you click that option when you're ready to submit your image or your vector or your video, it'll automatically unselect all of the other options in doing so before you submit. So it's kind of another kind of reminder that you can't submit it to anywhere else. And finally, let's talk about that fourth channel. Basically, it's Wirestock's marketplace direct sales. So Wirestock has launched its own marketplace where assets can be licensed directly from their website. And just like when you go to adobestock.com or any other stock website. So when you submit your assets to your selected partner agencies, you're also automatically submitting your assets to Wirestock's separate platform. Wirestock creates a portfolio page for each of its contributors. So as soon as you sign up, you're automatically given a portfolio page. Basically, it's a convenient place where you can find all of your assets, videos, and everything all combined in one place. Your portfolio page, if you're interested, is actually going to be your username/portfolio. I'll put a link in the description below to my portfolio page just so you can see what it looks like if you're interested. But you can also easily share your portfolio page, just like I'm doing right now, on your social media, or even like link it in a bio or whatever if you want to showcase your work and possibly even generate some sales. So part of their direct sales program, you can actually license images directly from your portfolio. I'll go into this in more detail on the other video because it does get quite expansive, but also know that your images are available outside of that through Wirestock's business website as well. So another thing that can happen from your portfolio page are print sales. All of the images that are in your portfolio, people can just click on them, and then there's that option, either license the image or you can actually buy a print. So when they buy a print, they actually are available in multiple sizes, and you can actually have them framed as well. Wirestock takes care of all of the shipping and handling and the transaction for you. Each of your images are a giclée print, printed on fine art paper with a smooth texture and a matte finish. And like I said, they will ship it worldwide, and they claim to have print partners all over the world as well. So now let's talk about direct sales commissions. So they're a little bit different from your regular commission of 15%, like we talked about. Anything that is sold on Wirestock's platform itself, so we're talking about like portfolio page, so like an image that's licensed directly from them or a print that's sold directly from them, are considered a direct sale. You get to keep 70% of that, and then they keep 30% of that, which is actually, I feel, is actually pretty fair. So Wirestock's commission on your other royalties, like we said before, is still going to be 15%. So an example, if you sell a 16 by 20 print, which is priced at $22, and that would mean that at a base markup price of $5, you would keep $3.50, and Wirestock would take $1.50, which is 30%. And then finally, let's talk about the direct sales pricing. So direct sales from your assets on Wirestock's platform are actually, they're priced, it's a little weird. They're kind of evolving these prices right now. But when I go to my portfolio page, the prices that I see are $5 for an image license and $50 for videos, whether they be 1080 or 4K, and prints have a base price of $5 currently. That excludes printing costs and shipping. That's not included in this. So your commission will be based on those rates. Now, if you do go over to Wirestock's business site, which is for all of its buyers, basically, you'll see different prices. You'll see prices on image licenses of $199 for the smallest one, all the way up to $399 for the largest image license. So I've been told by Wirestock that they will be implementing the ability for you to actually set your own prices for all of your assets, whether they be videos, vectors, or even images. Those prices will even include print prices too. So right now, like I said, the print price is $5, but pretty soon you'll be able to actually change that and set it for whatever you like. All right, so I think that covers all the basics with Wirestock. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments, or if you have any further questions, drop them there in the comments as well, and I'll do my best to try to address those in the next video in this series. If you learned anything from my video and you're interested in being a contributor to Wirestock, well then say thank you by using my code in the description. I'll get a referral commission, and that comes out of Wirestock's 15% cut, so it actually doesn't affect your earnings at all. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow me on my socials, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.